Where the heck is Hollow Knight Silksong? Man, it's been a long time since I've talked about Hollow Knight, and it just feels really good to be doing so again. But what is going on with this game? Where did it go? It feels like it just fell off the face of the earth, like Pikmin 4. We had a reveal trailer back around Valentine's Day which gave us the first look at Silksong. This was followed by a 20-minute video from two of the game developers giving us more details about the game, which I summarized in a video. Then we had a brief blog post update in March to celebrate Hollow Knight's 2-year anniversary, which just gave us a look at a few of the areas and some of the enemies and NPCs. I did a video on that too. There was a demo at E3 and Nintendo Treehouse went in depth for about 15 minutes with the game, giving us a look at Moss Grotto and Deep Docks, both early areas. However, Team Cherry wasn't there, and it was assured by Katie, who works on the publisher and developer relations team at Nintendo, that Team Cherry was hard at work on the game and so couldn't be there. The demo was also available on the show floor to play. Team Cherry followed E3 with a blog post of their own highlighting what was showcased in the demo. Now, taking all this into account though, we haven't really gotten much since the initial reveal trailer in February, nothing substantial anyway, but I've noticed a lot of people are looking for news on the game because Team Cherry has gone silent. I mean, they have one tweet since E3? Really? And the game I thought was supposedly coming this year. Many thought that Nintendo's Indie World presentation this past week would shadow drop Silksong, or at the very least give us more info, but alas we got nothing. Gamescom was also this past week and we all thought surely we will get some more info. Again we were disappointed. The game was at Gamescom, but it was the same demo that was shown at E3 and Team Cherry was a no-show. So what does this all mean? Well, I think it's because the game isn't coming soon that we haven't heard much. Also with the initial reveal trailer, Team Cherry alluded that they have been trying very hard to keep it under wraps for a long time, pointing to them being required to wait for Nintendo, who actually had a direct the day before the announcement. I think Nintendo is very much requiring Team Cherry to reveal more details in collaboration with them, so it could be saving more info for an upcoming Nintendo Direct, maybe in September. But that still begs the question of, when the heck is this game coming then? Well, I have an answer for you. Hollow Knight Silksong is going to drop the day of Nintendo's E3 2020 presentation, and here is the proof. So over on Reset Era, I found someone who had posted that the Steam database had been updated and was leaking various release dates for upcoming games, one of them being Silksong for June 12, 2020. A lot of you right now are saying, but that's just a placeholder. Well, the thing is that is partially true, but there is more to it than that. So if you check the Steam database, you can see all the change logs and history for Silksong where info about the game was updated. These changes document what Team Cherry did, not what Steam did. So we know the developers are the ones who added this release date, which was added way back on February 22nd. The very next day, you can see they removed this date and now it just says TBA or to be announced. So it's clear Team Cherry made a mistake and didn't want this date to be shown just yet. We know the original Hollow Knight released after Nintendo's E3 presentation on June 12, 2018. Are you starting to see the connection now? Can you feel it?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
I'm feeling a warm spot. Sorry.
This June 12, 2020 release date that Team Cherry had briefly on Steam was in fact a placeholder, but what I think this means is that they are targeting the game to release the same day as Nintendo's E3 2020 presentation. Based on the E3 2020 dates of June 9th through June 11th, this would put Nintendo's Direct presentation on the morning of June 9th, as they always have their presentation right before the show floor opens to the public. So obviously that date conflicts with the June 12th date that Team Cherry posted, but we have to remember that they posted that date back in February and wouldn't have known the dates for E3 2020 just yet. So yes, they used June 12th, 2020 as a placeholder, but it was more of a placeholder for when they think Nintendo's presentation will be. So I believe they are targeting a June 9th, 2020 release date. Many of you might say, why would they do this for Nintendo though? Team Cherry has been very clear about how much they love working with Nintendo, and it's currently the only console confirmed for launch, other than PC. Hollow Knight sold 250,000 copies in the first 2 weeks of release on Switch as well, which is incredible. We know indies are killing it on Switch. Not to mention how they initially handled the reveal of Hollow Knight Silksong all suggests that they are working closely with Nintendo's PR and marketing teams. So June 9th, 2020 is the date, guys. I'm sticking to it, but even if it's not, I think at the very least we can say they are targeting a summer 2020 release. Obviously you can see how crazy waiting for info has made me, and I really hope we get some updates soon. Team Cherry said they would be releasing more development blog updates, yet we only have a couple so far that don't really give us much info. Now I do have some thoughts on what I think the story could be, but I will save that for a future video. Links to everything I talked about are in the description in case you'd like more details or you'd like to draw your own conclusions, but I'll see you guys later.